I'm Bree. Welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would just do kind of a chatty say hey video, let you know what I'm currently reading. I recently got some book mail. Then I recently linked back up with NetGalley. I've had a love-hate relationship with NetGalley for a while, and I have a couple titles checked out that I'm really excited for. Let's get into the book mail first. From Forever, I got Rocky Mountain Heat by Lori Wilde. Look at this absolutely stunning cover. This follows Jillian and Tuck, and it looks like Jillian has inherited a cottage in Salvation, Colorado. But when she gets there, Tuck is already there. And so they decide to just kind of live as roommates until they can figure out who actually owns the cottage. And of course, close proximity, there's going to be a romance. I am very excited. Like, there's just something about like cowboy rugged men that I just love in romances, so I'm really looking forward to this one. So thank you to Forever for sending me a copy. And then my friends over at Little Bird Publicity, I love them so much. They sent me a copy of Season of Wonder in mass market paperback. This is Rayanne Thane's holiday novel in the Haven Point series that came out last year, so I've already read it. This one follows a single mom, and I remember her daughter's not really acting out, but she's like trying to be accepted into a group of friends, and she's doing some really stupid stuff, and it's just kind of in her blood to not snitch, so she kind of takes the rap and, you know, keeps everybody else's name hush hush. And this is her mom's romance with like the police officer that caught her. So I really enjoyed this one, and I did mention in a previous video that I was going to do a giveaway, so I will probably be adding my either this copy or my other copy to that one. If you have not read this one and you're interested in the Haven Point series, make sure you're following my Instagram so you know when the giveaway is going to kick off. And they also sent me a copy of Coming Home for Christmas, which I read this one back in September and I loved it so much. Oh my gosh, this book. This is about Luke, and in the book prior to this one, you find out that Luke's wife has just disappeared, and the whole town basically thinks he like murdered her and got rid of the body. But his sister is engaged to a police officer, and he does some private investigative work and finds out that his wife is actually alive. And this is after, like, he's one of those people that was like assuming that he killed her, but obviously Luke's sister's like, you need to help my brother, he wouldn't do that. So the beginning of this book is literally Luke finding his wife and going to her like, they're about to throw me in jail, you need to come back because I've been raising our kids, and who's gonna raise them if I'm in jail, basically. They're already married. I really loved that this is about like a marriage having to fix itself, and it's so wonderful. Rayanne Thane is just one of my favorite authors, so really enjoyed this one. So I will probably be adding this one to the giveaway as well. I tend to feel pressure when I like get approved for something from NetGalley, because I just tend, if it's not an audiobook that I can just listen to in the car or a physical book, I tend to really kind of forget about my ebooks. I'm trying to do better. Especially in 2020, I want to do better. I just want to get approved for like one or two at a time, so there's not a lot of pressure. And I have two that I'm really excited for. So the first one is Temporary Wife Temptation, and this is by Jayci Lee, and it comes out February 4th, 2020. The cover is absolutely stunning, and it follows Garrett, and it sounds like he's about to take over his family's like Los Angeles fashion empire, but his mom is like, before you do that, you're going to marry this hand-picked bride that I have for you. And he's like, oh no, I already have a bride. So it's like a fake dating, fake marriage type of plot. Keep it on your radar if you're looking for another fake marriage plot. I'm really excited for this one. Next one that I have is A Dozen Second Chances, and this is by Kate Field, and it follows Eve Roberts, and she had the wonderful life that she basically always wanted. She had the dream guy, she was doing her dream job of being an archaeologist, and then her sister passes away, and she basically takes in her sister's daughter Caitlin and does the mom thing. And then now Caitlin is grown and she's going off to college, and it's like now Eve has to rediscover herself. So Caitlin gives her 12 tokens. She calls them Be Kind to Yourself vouchers, telling her that she has to start living for herself again, and that she should fill one in every time she does something to treat herself. With her very first voucher, Eve's life will change its course, but with 11 more vouchers to go, can Eve learn to put herself first and follow the dreams she's kept secret for so long? Because life is for living, and she as well knows it's too short to waste even a moment. I'm really looking forward to this one. It sounds like it's going to be really cute. It sounds like it's a women's fiction novel, but I just love that story of like women having to kind of reinvent or rediscover themselves. Like I feel like we go through that all the time, so really looking forward to it. What I'm currently reading, so I'm really focusing on 2 books right now. The first one I just started today, and that is The Night Mark by Tiffany Reisz. So I don't know too much about this book so far. I'm only like, I think I'm like 4 chapters into it. What is our heroine's name? I feel like it's Faye. It's Faye. Okay, so in the beginning of the book, we meet Faye, and she's in just this kind of just emotionally unattached marriage. And it sounds like her husband really wants kids, but Faye has been unable to produce kids. So just one of those scenarios where they're still kind of just together, just to be together. Like he's not abusive to her, but they're just really emotionally unattached. And what I really liked about Faye is that she just kind of had enough, and she's like, I'm getting dressed and I'm leaving, and I will file for divorce when I get where I'm going. She's somewhere in North or South Carolina at the moment on her way to her mother's or sister's, I believe. And she's really fascinated by the islands over there, and she's trying to like, I believe once upon a time she was some kind of like photographer or something, and she's really fascinated by the lighthouses. So I think that from the little bit of reviews that I have read and synopsis is that there is some time travel in this. Tiffany Reisz writing time travel really excites me, so I really don't want to know too much more. I haven't really been snooping to find out what is going on, but I'm really enjoying it so far and really excited about where this story could possibly go. And my other read is one that I was supposed to be reading for Contemporary-a-thon, but I did not read it for Contemporary-a-thon. But I did do good with Contemporary-a-thon. I read 3 things, which I can talk about those here shortly, but I'm reading The Claus in Christmas by Rachael Bloome, and it is so good. It follows Cassie. She inherits her grandmother's Victorian cottage in Poppy Creek, but before she can actually inherit it, she has to complete a festive Christmas task every day in the month of December leading up to Christmas. But she has to be observed by the town lawyer, Luke, so that just adds like a different spin. He is already, I can just tell, totally smitten with her, and I'm really looking forward to it. Cassie, when we first meet her, she is like, she just recently lost her job, so this sounds like the perfect break from her, but it also kind of sounds like she's using it as like, I can sell this house and get money. So I'm really excited to see the tasks that she does and how her mind starts to kind of change and she embraces the gift that has been given to her. So for Contemporary-a-thon, I did read 3 things, and none of those 3 things were actual books that I was supposed to read. They were not on my TBR. I read The Loner'S Lady by JESSA KANE, and how this one started, I was laying in bed. I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning on Contemporary-a-thon, like the first day. I planned to stay up. I made it till about 11:30. I drank this big can of Red Bull, like, you can do it, you can do it. And then 11:30 comes and I was dead tired. I was like, I can't do it. So I go to sleep, and then I wake up literally wide awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, I want to read, but I don't want to go get any of my books. So I just pull out my phone, get on my Kindle, and yeah, I started reading this novella. And it gave me Birthday Girl vibes by Penelope Douglas, not necessarily the same storyline. This follows Lissa, and she is with her best friend Mason going to see his dad. He's basically like, I have to go visit him periodically. He's paying for my college. He has Lissa posing as his girlfriend. Mason is actually gay, but he has not come out to his dad. His dad is this prior Army Ranger, big tough guy, and he's just convinced himself like he's not going to accept it. And unbeknownst to both of them, his dad John has known for years that his son is gay, but he's like, I respect his time and I'm giving him the space and the patience he needs. When he's ready to tell me, he can tell me. So they go, and like as soon as they walk through the door, John and Lissa have this instant attraction, and Mason basically picks up on it. I don't want to give too much away, but John and Lissa end up spending quite a lot of time together, and things really heat up from there. It's an age gap romance. It was so steamy, and I really enjoyed it. And next I listened to Shopping for a Billionaire by Julia Kent, and this follows Shannon Jacoby, and she's a mystery shopper. This book was laugh out loud hilarious. Like when the story kicks off, it basically is her and the hero Declan McCormick, who is a billionaire. She is trying to get her phone out of the toilet, and he walks in and she has her hand in the toilet, and like the comedic aspect of the story never really died down. It's a quick audio listen. I think it was like 2 hours. If you're looking for something just quick and fun to listen to, I highly recommend it. The Corner of Holly and Ivy by Debbie Mason, and I really enjoyed this one. I will say that at first I was not a fan of it. It follows Ariana, and so this is book 7 in the Harmony Harbor series. So I definitely felt like I should have read the previous books, because Adriana, our heroine, obviously she had a wedding shop that was lost in a fire, and she suffered some injuries from this fire, and I feel like I should have probably read the previous books to understand a little bit more. But she's in that phase in her life where she has survived this tragic incident, and she's still kind of grappling with it, because she puts it out there, she would have rather had died in the accident, and you don't really understand why. It's explored throughout the book, but I don't know, she was just kind of unlikable. She's one of those, like, she survived this incident, and rather than being like grateful that she's given a second chance, she's just kind of really cold and standoffish and doesn't want to connect with people. It took a while to get used to, and I was like, you know what, eventually I hit the point where I was like, dang, Debbie Mason is really doing a good job of writing her, because, you know, that totally makes sense that she is the way that she is, but it still just kind of made her unlikable at the beginning. And then this is her romance with Connor, and this is like a second chance romance for them. In the beginning, he's engaged. This one got it right out of my holiday romances, I will say. This is the one book so far where the hero has been engaged, and it's not like the entire book. Basically, his engagement is over in the first couple of chapters, and yeah, you see him really trying to reconnect with Adriana, and then Adriana's grandmother is trying to run for mayor, but she's in the beginning stages of showing signs of dementia. So eventually Adriana basically takes over for her, and then there's another twist, and now Connor's running for someone in his family. So the two are trying to like rebuild their relationship, but they're also running against each other for mayor. So it got crazy. I will say the second half definitely made the book for me. It just took me a while. This was my first Debbie Mason romance, so I could definitely tell it was a new to me author. I had to get used to her writing style, and I definitely had to get used to the heroine Adriana, but towards the end of the book I really understood where she was coming from, and I ended up really enjoying this book. So yeah, that is all the things. That is the book mail, that is the NetGalley, and that is what I am currently reading. I am so busy right now, you guys. I'm really trying to attempt doing Vlogmas, and I feel like so far it's going to be great. Just, oh my gosh, filming and editing a bunch of videos at once is so time consuming, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. If there's anything you want to see from me, just let me know down in the comments below. I'm like, I really want to have something every day, but that's a lot of days leading up till Christmas. But yeah, I'm really excited. I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun. So I just wanted to check in with you guys, let you know what's going on, what I recently received, the books I'm currently reading. Let me know what you're in the middle of at the moment and what your thoughts are on them. Have you hauled anything recently? Is there anything coming out in December that you're excited for? And can we talk readathons? Are you participating in any of the readathons that are taking place? Because there are so many. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what's going on with you, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.